Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to explore everything there is to know about the corruption system in Path of Exile 2, what are the pros and cons of corrupting your items. So by the end of this video you should have all the information you need to take advantage of the system to empower your character and create super powerful items. I will also give you a really good trick for using the corruption system early in the game to give yourself a very strong damage boost. One thing you must know is that corrupting your items is a risky business. You could potentially make a decent item completely useless, or you could make it a very strong item. How can you corrupt an item? Typically, you can corrupt your items using the Vaal Orbs that will start dropping for you in Act 3, or by using the Vaal altar located in Jaquini's Sanctum. You can only use the altar once to corrupt a single item, but after that, you can no longer use the altar even if you reset the area. 4 different outcomes could happen when you corrupt an item. First, you could add a new implicit or a modifier to your item. For example, I corrupted my main weapon here and it added chance to maim on hit. Adding a new implicit or modifier is arguably the best outcome from corrupting your items, and it's what you want to happen. If the item you are trying to corrupt has sockets, there is a chance Vaal Orb will add an additional socket to your items. And that's exactly what happened when I corrupted my unique weapon. So now I can add an additional lightning damage gem to my weapon, which is also considered a good outcome from corrupting your items. There is also a chance to reroll up to half your item modifiers. In a way, the Vaal Orb will behave similar to Case Orbs. This could potentially be good or bad depending on the outcome. Finally, there is also a chance nothing at all will happen when you corrupt an item. It will simply label the item corrupted without changing or modifying anything else. So these are the 4 outcomes that could happen from corrupting an item. However, if the item you are trying to corrupt is unique, all those possibilities could happen, but there is also a chance it will remove the unique modifier and downgrade your unique item to a rare quality. This is called breaking your item, and it is the worst outcome that could happen from corrupting your items. If the item is unique, there is also a chance corruption will reroll the unique modifier on the item. Again, that could potentially be good or bad depending on the outcome. Regardless of what outcome you get from corrupting your items, one thing that will definitely happen is that corrupting an item will block any further upgrade potential for that item. For example, once an item is corrupted, you cannot use blacksmith's whetstone or armor's scrap to improve the quality of that corrupted item. You will no longer be able to use the exalted orb to add new modifiers to your corrupted items, or the Case Orb to reroll any modifier on those items. And you will no longer be able to add additional sockets to any corrupted items. By the way, you can only corrupt your items once. So once an item is corrupted, you can no longer use the Vaal Orbs to corrupt it again. I can't tell you if you should corrupt your items or not. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's a gamble. You could create a really powerful item, or you can make what was a decent item completely useless. However, you can be smart about it. For example, don't corrupt the only weapon you are using if you have no backup weapon to use. And if you are on the path to creating the dream corrupted item, you should make sure that item is fully upgraded by maximizing the number of modifiers on the item using the Exalted Orb. A rare item can have up to 6 lines or 7 modifiers if it's a weapon. You should also aim to increase its quality using armor's scrap or blacksmith's whetstone. You can also add more sockets to that item. You should try to do all these steps before corrupting your item, because once the item is corrupted, you will no longer be able to do any of these steps after. And you certainly don't want to get a good corruption on your item, only to regret not maximizing the quality of that item beforehand. Now that you have a clear idea of what you should expect from corrupting your item, allow me to introduce you to an alternative method of using your Vaal Orbs. Did you know that in addition to corrupting your items, you can also corrupt your skill gems? Corrupting your skill gems works similar to corrupting your items. When you corrupt a skill gem, there is potential for 4 different outcomes. 1. Nothing at all will happen and the gem will simply read corrupted. 2. You can add or lose skill gem level. 3. You could gain or lose gem quality. Similar to gear and weapons, you can improve your skill gem's quality using Gem Cutter's Prism. 4, and that's the big one, there's a chance you can add or lose a socket on your skill gem. This is huge because using this method you can start getting skill gems with 4 sockets as early as Act 3, something that takes people farming the endgame content hours to accomplish. In order to get 4 skill gem sockets, you need first to use Lesser Jeweler's Orb to gain a third socket on your skill gem, then use the Vaal Orb on your skill gems to get the fourth socket. One important thing you need to know is that unlike Corrupted Gear, you can still use higher uncut skill gems to upgrade your Corrupted skill gems, while Corrupted Gear is blocked from all potential upgrades as we mentioned earlier. Knowing that, you can attempt this method using low-level skill gems until you get the 4 sockets, so you don't have to gamble using your high-level skill gems. And after you score a skill gem with 4 sockets, you can use your max-level uncut skill gems to upgrade that corrupted skill gem. I honestly believe this is the best way to use the corruption system, at least in the early game, because you will unlikely be able to achieve a skill gem with 4 sockets until you start farming the end game to get the Greater Jeweler's Orb, which is what you typically need to add the 4th socket to your skill gems. It is also a very cheap method because one Greater Jeweler's Orb can cost as much as 17 Exalted Orbs right now on the market, which is quite expensive, while Vaal Orbs and Lesser Jeweler's Orbs are a lot cheaper in comparison. This is pretty much covers everything there is to know about the corruption system in Path of Exile 2. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a like, leave a comment, and tell me what topic you would like me to cover next in Path of Exile 2. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.